Another day, another podcast. Okay, today I want to talk about giving and receiving. Now more than ever in my life, I can see clearly on where I was giving, and had no idea how to receive in my life. Ladies, I believe this is the core epidemic of illness in the world. Core epidemic of illness in the world. And lack mindset. So when we are in abundance in our life, and I don't mean shit tons of money in your bank account and, a whole bunch of food in your refrigerator. Abundance is a mindset. It's a feeling where you feel I have enough, I am good, I am healthy, I am grateful. There's so much around me, so much love, so much everything. Now, I'll be honest that being in an abundant mindset is a practice. It's something that you have to consciously do on a daily basis and sometimes a million times a day. And I remember when I started investing in myself at a coaching level, meaning when I was challenging myself, I was no longer just paying somebody to listen to me talk about my problems. I was paying somebody to challenge me to think differently, to live differently, to show up differently in my life. And one of the beliefs that I was really butting up against was the belief of giving and receiving. I used to have a story in my mind that I was a bad person if I didn't do something for someone else. So example, I'm tired, I take a nap, and somebody texts me and said, "Can you call me ASAP? My world just crashed around me." But the thing was that this person would always text me. It wasn't, from out of the blue. It was this person only texted me and only called me when their life was falling apart, when they needed something from me. So I was constantly giving to these people or this person, and I was never receiving anything from them. It would be different if I'm taking a nap and somebody texted me or called me and said, "Can you talk for a few minutes?" And this person, this was not the typical of this person. But in that moment, I can also make a choice. I can receive and give to myself, which is, "Hey, Heather, you need, a little cat nap." But what I was always doing is I was giving to other people. And so what this left me was my cup was full. My cup was empty. And so your cup could be a financial cup, right? You're constantly giving. Like you're constantly putting out, but you're not learning how to receive financial support. Or energetically, you're constantly giving energy, but you're not learning to receive it. So I think I've told this story before, but when I was sick 5 years ago and I was going through chemotherapy and I was in the hospital, I was actually talking to somebody about this the other day. I didn't have an opportunity to ask for help. Help was just put upon me. So when you're sick, which is really unfortunate, but it's like when you have a near-death experience, that's when everybody comes to your rescue and they're like, oh my gosh, how can I help? Or they just show up on your doorstep with food and they kind of just take over. That was like imposed receiving. And I remember I didn't have the opportunity to ask. It was just given to me. And people were showing up at my doorstep with food. People were, doing fundraisers for me. And I think it was my friend. There was 2 collective fundraisers and they raised $14,000 for my family. And I remember looking at my husband and feeling incredibly uncomfortable. I said, "Why? I don't want to be a charity case. Why did this happen?" And he said, "Heather, you have to learn to receive." And I had so much support around me with friends and family, just, coming to help with the kids. And I thought, why do we have to get sick in order to learn to receive? So it was so uncomfortable. Like imagine getting outside of your comfort zone and doing something you've never done in the past. That's how I felt when people came to my quote unquote rescue. So I thought, okay, how can I transfer this skill in other areas of my life? And how does that show up today? So being in the role that I am, I attract a lot of women who want support and who want to grow. Some, are like, kick my ass. I want to be where you are. I want to grow emotionally. I want to grow spiritually. I need to grow. I'm so motivated. I just need that person to give me the support and the guidance and the education and point me in the right direction. And they're willing to take action. And then sometimes I come across people who say, poor me, I need help. I'm really in a rut. I can't figure this out. I don't have the money. I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. I just can't. And the old Heather would take those people by the hand and I would say, come on, let's go. And I would put a lot of energy into these people. And what I noticed is some of those people were not as committed as I was to their goals and success. And therefore, they didn't see the results, or therefore they didn't even invest in themselves. I see a lot of women in practice, whether it's some type of service practice, just over-giving, discounting services because people say, I can't afford it. But the truth is, yes, you might not be able to afford it in the moment, but are you willing to learn how you can afford it? Are you willing to, look at your budget? Are you willing to save? Are you willing to invest in another product or service, maybe with not that person, but somebody else that will help you grow and get to the level that you want to be at in your life? You have to be open-minded to this. So this was a huge aha moment for me. And then what I noticed that 5 years ago, I was like, shit, I can see how, the art of giving and receiving transfers over to your bank account. It transfers over to your relationships. It transfers over to every aspect of your life where you're constantly giving, doing for others, and you don't feel that mutual respect in the relationship. So a few months ago, I did a little challenge with myself because I was feeling like I'm always checking in with myself and saying, where in my life, I call them energy leaks. Where in my life do I need to plug some energy leaks? And I'm a philanthropist. I have a heart of gold. I will save every cat and dog you could possibly find. My husband won't let us get any more animals or children. But I have like this heart of gold and I just want to give and make a difference in the world. The shadow side of that, the dark side of that is I have to be very careful that I'm not over giving. So a few months ago, I decided I'm not going to give to charity for a whole month. And I'm going to say no to every volunteer opportunity or coffee date that comes my way that I don't feel is in alignment with my goals for that month. So I would have people, friends, colleagues say, hey, do you want to meet for coffee? And unless I energetically felt like it was in alignment and I needed space for that, I would say yes. But most of the time I just said no because I wanted to challenge myself and see if I felt more energized or not. Because it was just like, go, do, whatever. Always saying yes. And I'm not a yes person, so it was interesting. And I also noticed how many times I was asked for charity. So just simply going to the grocery store and, them saying, would you like to donate $1 to XYZ? Would you like to do this? Would you like to do that? And then recently I was where was I? I was in a town where there was a lot of homeless people. And every 10 steps or so, I was asked, do you have any money? Do you have any money? Do you have any money? And trust me, my heart breaks. I want to give a $100 bill to every single person I meet. But what I noticed was every time I was giving, it wasn't filling me up. I was becoming angry and resentful. And the reason why I was becoming angry and resentful was because my cup was not 100% full. I still was struggling with some things internally. And it was like I visualize having a cup with a huge hole at the bottom of it. and I'm trying to fill it up for myself. And then every time I'm asked to do something, it's coming out of the bottom of the cup. So the cup was never full. Well, what ended up happening is I took the 30 days and I said no to charity, no to extra giving, like of my time. And because of that, my cup was overflowing. So once my 30 days was up, the next time I was asked, can you donate $1? I said yes. And I said yes because I wanted to test myself. I wanted to give. I wanted to see how I felt. And I will be honest with you. I gave that damn $1 and I felt fucking amazing. Amazing. So the test was correct. I assumed that if I cleared up all of my little energy leaks, if I kind of did a little energetic detox with myself, what would happen is I would feel full because I was taking care of myself first, and then I was giving from a place of abundance instead of obligation. Does that make sense? Instead of giving from a place of obligation. You make $1 million a year. That's amazing. You could probably donate a good chunk of that. But you have to energetically feel great to give from a place of alignment. It doesn't matter how much money or time or energy you have to spare. If you do not feel full from the inside out, I guarantee you have some negative energy attached to that giving. So I realize that this podcast topic might trigger some people. And hopefully for some of you, it will make you think that we've been taught, give to charity, give extra, have just enough for yourself. And I am all for giving. Trust me. I have it on my vision board to hand over big checks to people who have been diagnosed with cancer and their families, and just allowing it to be very easy and stress-free for them. I have bigger ideas of opening schools and, being of service in a bigger way in the community and starting mindfulness programs in schools. But I will not achieve those goals if I'm chronically leaking out abundance and energy every single day. I can make a big difference in this world, but if I do not feel full and energized, it's not sustainable. So when you are walking around your day thinking, I'm a little angry, I'm a little resentful, I'm a little depleted, it is 100% okay to say, I'm going to challenge myself for the next 30 days to say no. No to every area of my life where I feel like I'm not 100% full. Because at the end of those 30 days, you are going to come out of that and you are going to lead your life from an abundant place. And then when you do give to somebody, whether it's time, energy, or money, they're going to feel how full you truly are. And there's going to be no anger or resentment tied to that energy. Okay, ladies, that's the podcast for you today. I really want to know your thoughts. Head on over to Instagram. Follow me at Mom is in Control on Instagram. Send me a DM. I want to know, what other questions do you have for me about energy leaks? Talk soon.